Hey everyone, this is Kyle from Adosia. Today I'm providing a final update on our Catalyst-funded proposal for the Spaceprinter Lite project. This is an official closure statement for the project and a transparent look at where things landed, what we accomplished, and where we're headed next. First, I want to thank the Catalyst community for supporting this effort. The funding we received helped us make real progress on both technical implementation and R&D around decentralized manufacturing on Cardano. Let's walk through what we built. Spaceprinter Lite was designed as a transaction builder for the Adosia marketplace. Its job is to bridge over Web2 frontend with the Cardano blockchain, handling everything from quoting a print job to managing marketplace orders to completing final settlement. We made major progress across 5 key milestones. So milestone 1, we built out a full user journey. We met with the initial team, testnet users, and community participants to fine-tune and flow how a general user, designer, or print operator interacts with the platform. We created diagrams and narrated video that walked through the entire experience from wallet connection to payment. In milestone 2, we moved into the design phase. We created a detailed Figma document that maps every interaction on the front end to back end services powered by Spaceprinter Lite. This gave our devs a complete blueprint to start building from. Milestone 3 was all about implementation. We got to work integrating those designs into our code base. We recorded a walkthrough of our GitHub repo that shows commits that implement milestone 1 and 2 deliverables into the platform, and several bug fixes identified during our incentivized testnet. This was solely front-end work. We built the transaction builder backend that makes contract interactions seamless and safe for end users. In milestone 3, we documented everything. We added a dedicated wiki page that explains what Spaceprinter Lite is, how it works, and how it connects to the rest of the platform. We also linked to prior milestones so anyone can follow the journey and understand the system in context. Finally, milestone 5, this was about concurrency, testnet deployment, and real-world user testing. Spaceprinter Lite has been live on the Cardano preprod testnet for some time now. While the backend works and our testnet is functional, we encounter real limitations with the current user experience. We realized that achieving the kind of UX we originally envisioned would require another pivot and possibly full contract rewrite to create the functionality needed to accommodate the pivot needed, if you will. And so we didn't want to risk misallocating Catalyst funds. And so here's where we're at. We developed smart contracts. We rewrote those in Plutus v2. We then attempted to rewrite them again in Icon and explored concurrency issues in depth throughout that and actually implemented some solutions for addressing that, which have all been open sourced. We ran simulations and ultimately implemented a sharded UTXO model and tested out many strategies that mitigate the possibility of collision. Increase your mitigation based on how much you want to spend and multiply out your UTXOs that you're running in parallel to do that. And while we succeeded in solving those technical challenges, the resulting user experience still didn't meet our standards. And that's from a UX perspective. But ultimately, kind of what happened is, we set out to add enhancements to a marketplace. And as we were adding those enhancements, we had a transition in talent and Plutus talent. In doing that, there was a gap in expertise in what we needed to do to create the final transaction builder implementation to have the front end speak to that brand new smart contract. And looking at where things were going at the time, it made a heck of a lot of sense to look at a rewrite and a port to Icon, right? There's a heck of a lot more talent available, and doing that sets you up kind of better for the future. And so we actually put a change request into Catalyst to go and explore that path. As we did that, we started to realize that, okay, the UX is still not going to be where we want to be. In order to really kind of get good market positioning, we're going to need multi-stage processing, right? That allows not just 3D printer operators to participate, but experts across a variety of fields, if you will. They can bring various value props, but the product ultimately needed to evolve too. And in addition to the feature sets, not being exactly, palpable to market fit. The other side of it was the capability from an adoption standpoint and the readily availability of L2s for Cardano. And so the culmination of just the product market fit just didn't align. As a result, we're opting to, rather than complete a contract that functionality is ultimately going to change, we've got everything open sourced and we're not going to pursue the remaining Catalyst funds that were allocated under this proposal. We feel the Catalyst funds were used responsibly and effectively. They helped us build real systems, push technical boundaries, and learn a lot about what it takes to run decentralized fulfillment on chain. The repo is open source, tooling is active, and we're not done. Just shifting the next phase of work outside the Catalyst ecosystem and getting ready for what comes next. The next iteration of Adosia is something that we think is going to align rather well, and we want to take it in stride and make sure that we deploy it in an environment where it has the best opportunity to succeed. Thank you to everyone who supported this project. We'll continue building, and we hope to reconnect again in the future.